Brazil didn't lose to Norway on July 5th. That result was just the receipt. The real loss happened over the past 4 years, in the qualifiers, in the boardroom, and in the academies that stopped producing certain types of players. So today, no talk of curses, no talk of luck. 5 football reasons why Brazil went home, including a penalty list that Ancelotti himself revealed after the match. A striker with 19 Premier League goals who was left watching from the sidelines, and one number from qualifying that predicted this exit a full year in advance. Reason number 5, the decisions on the touchline. Let's start with the moment everyone is arguing about. 14th minute against Norway, Brazil win a penalty, and Bruno Guimarães steps up. Not Vinicius, not Raphinha, a holding midfielder. Fans were baffled. And after the match, Ancelotti explained, the choice came from statistical analysis. The data ranked Neymar first, Raphinha second, Bruno third. But the first 2 names weren't on the pitch. So the third name on the list took the most important kick of the tournament and became the first Brazilian to fail from the spot at a World Cup since Zico in 1986. Think about what that means. Brazil's penalty plan depended on 2 players who couldn't start the game. And the passivity wasn't an accident either. Ancelotti said it directly afterwards. Pressing Norway too hard was, quote, a risk. A risk for Brazil against Norway. That single sentence tells you how this team saw itself. Reason number 4, the midfield stopped existing. Here's the number that should have set off every alarm. Against Norway, Brazil completed 329 passes. Norway completed 680. Brazil outpassed 2-1 by a team built around long balls to a target man. Why? Because there was nobody left to control the game. Casemiro is 34, and his legs can no longer cover the space between the lines. Morocco exposed exactly that gap in the opening match, attacking the corridor behind him again and again. Lucas Paqueta, the one genuine creative link between midfield and attack, got injured and missed the knockout stage. And behind them? Nothing. No new generation of organizers. Don't take my word for it, take Ancelotti's. His own post-match diagnosis. Brazil lacks quality in midfield and needs, quote, high-level players coming into Brazilian football. When your own coach says that at a World Cup, the problem isn't tactics, it's the roster. Reason number 3, the country of Ronaldo forgot how to produce a number 9. Brazil came to this World Cup without a single trusted center forward. The role went to Matheus Cunha, a converted attacker whose instinct is to drop deep and link play, which meant nobody was attacking the box. Meanwhile, sitting in the squad was Igor Thiago, a striker who scored 19 Premier League goals this season. Only one player in England scored more. His name is Erling Haaland. So Brazil had the second best scorer in the Premier League available, and their World Cup ended with him barely touching the tournament, while the best scorer in the Premier League knocked them out. 19-year-old Endrick got minutes instead, and wasted a one-on-one against Norway. The expected goals that night, Brazil 2.73, Norway 0.84. Chances were never the problem. Converting them was. And that is a striker problem. Reason number 2, this team was broken long before the tournament. Now, the number that predicted everything. 5th. That's where Brazil finished in South American qualifying, their worst campaign in history. Level on points with 6th place, 19 points behind Argentina. Along the way, a 4-1 humiliation in Buenos Aires, their heaviest qualifying defeat ever. Their first ever home loss in qualifying. A first ever qualifying defeat to Colombia. And they couldn't beat Venezuela, not once. Through that cycle, 4 different coaches sat on the bench. Tite, then Menezes, then Diniz, then Dorival, who was sacked after the Argentina disaster. And above all of it, a federation in chaos. A president removed from office by court order, and even a threat of suspension from FIFA. Ancelotti finally arrived in May 2025, 13 months before the World Cup. 13 months to fix 4 years of decay. It wasn't enough. It was never going to be enough. Which brings us to the deepest reason of all. Reason number 1. Brazil's production line is broken. Look at what Brazil still produces. Wingers, Vinicius, Raphinha, Rodrygo, Estevão, world class, all of them. Now look at what Brazil no longer produces. Midfield conductors, gone. Elite fullbacks, Once a Brazilian trademark, gone. The current ones are aging and were targeted in every match. A ruthless number 9, gone. This squad is a highlight reel attached to a skeleton, and Europe figured that out years ago. This was the 6th World Cup in a row where Brazil's run was ended by a European team. France, the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, Croatia, now Norway. 6 straight tournaments. That is not variance. That's a structural gap in physicality, in tactical schooling, in how players are developed from age 12. Norway built a plan around one striker and executed it. Brazil brought more talent and no plan that survived contact. And in the middle of it all stood Neymar, scoring a meaningless stoppage time penalty, then sinking to the grass in tears. "I tried," he said. "Now it's over." The last player of Brazil's previous golden generation walked away, and there is no new golden generation waiting behind him. So here's the real question. Everyone will blame Ancelotti. Some will blame the players. But if a country produces no midfielders, no strikers, and no fullbacks, is any coach on earth winning a World Cup with that squad? Tell me in the comments, what does Brazil fix first? The coach, the federation, or the academies? I read every answer. And if you want the tactical breakdown of how exactly Norway's plan strangled this team, subscribe. That video is next.